1, 2.
You're listening to Saturday with Ted on News Talk 1010.
The night was meant to play, but now I greet the day. Good morning, you're here. Weren't my intentions clear? Oh, sure you look alright, and must have shone last night. Oh, baby, I'm fine. I had an okay time. I'm struggling with the thought that this is what I wanted, 'cause I acted badly. Oh God, I acted so bad. I'll warm your coffee then. Oh God, it's almost 10. I work uptown. Can I drive you somewhere round? Your gentle kiss is sweet. How did we ever meet? The whiskey, the gin. Hey, what's your name again? I'm struggling with the thought that this is what I wanted, 'cause I acted badly. I acted badly. I'm stuttering, whoops, and caught. All this is what I got, because I acted badly. Oh God, I acted so bad. And I can't pretend, not sure we're even friends. Maybe I'll learn one day better to walk away, but I can't resist the lies that cross your lips.
Hey, welcome back to the program. It's Meredith Shaw. Acted badly. She acted badly. That's why we asked her on the show. Anybody who sings an admission deserves to be on this show. Appearing Thursday night at the Cameron House, she is, and then Friday at Say What? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, that's for Canadian Music Week. So
Yeah, it started this week already.
it's starting next week.
It starts next week?
Yes, I believe Wednesday's maybe the kickoff day or something like that. But yeah, the whole industry and everyone.
That
descends.
thing is huge.
Huge.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember years ago when it was just sort of starting up, and it was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, ba-boom.
Yeah.
It's been around now for a while, though,
Yeah,
too.
Neil Dixon has done a good job with that.
Yeah. What is it, 20-something years? 25 years?
I think it's 25, something like that. Yeah.
Almost 20. Yeah, I would imagine 25.
Yeah.
I haven't been performing at all of them.
You went reggae on us there.
I did go a little
I'm
reggae.
listening to that. You know,
Yeah, we can blame
that's,
Gordy Johnson for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gordy Johnson was the man who produced this, and
Yes.
you did this at a studio that's owned by in Spicewood, Texas,
Yes,
Willie Nelson's studio.
Mr. Willie.
Now, does he own it?
He does. Yes, he owns it.
It must be just like loaded with roach clips all over the place. Eh?
I was going to say it has a beautiful smell.
What is
Very
that?
inspiring. Yeah. What is that?
Hello, Walls.
Yeah, hi. No, it's
Nothing but vending machines
Right.
with M&Ms and chips and stuff.
It's
Eh?
the Munchie Center.
Yeah.
No, it was really a really cool studio. Lots of just amazing records were made there. So I was really very inspired. And
How did that all come
happy to be
about?
there. I met Gordy in Toronto, and we started doing some writing together. And then he was like, "Let's make a record," and so we did. And then he took me out on the road with Big Sugar, and I toured with them in Wide Mouth Mason for the good part of last year. And now he's been like, "Fly, baby bird, fly, do your thing." So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just recorded with Joel Plaskett, and we're releasing those tunes in May at this point. So
No, this is the single from the CD?
yes, Acted Badly was off a CD
your-
called Place Called Happy that I did with
Right.
Gordy. Yeah.
Your debut.
My debut. Yeah.
Your debut. Now, do you know each other?
Well,
Well,
I mean,
we do now.
now, yeah.
I shook her hand as she came in the door.
Also, longtime friends.
Yeah, long-time friend.
But I think Gordy came in here and you like
me
jammed
and-
together.
Me
didn't
and
you?
Gordy had an afternoon here.
Yeah, that's
that
what
was
I thought.
the best.
I didn't know that because I'm,
Tell everybody what you know means. You're pointing down the hallway.
On that hallway.
Well, that other radio station.
Yeah, that other thing. Yeah, no, I'm Boom 97.3 has given me a job.
Tell us
So
about that.
You're laughing as though that's
Incredulously.
something like, what? Why would they have done that?
Well, never having been in radio before. It seemed like a bold move, but
Well,
I'm just.
Well, you got a great voice.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thanks.
both speaking and singing.
Thanks. I'm having a blast there. It's a great station. The whole the whole hallway. Is
What are you
pretty
doing?
awesome.
What are you
So
doing there?
I host 12 to 6 Saturday, Sunday.
12 to 6.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought your 4 hours was tough.
it's
Well, it's music.
Music is different.
It's music. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the Rolling Stones host half your show, it's not. You're just talking.
Oh, okay.
You're just
Now,
talking
are you
in
there?
between.
Are you there the whole time? Or?
I'm there the whole time. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
But you don't even have an op or anything. It's just you, right?
It's just me, and that, to be honest, that was the biggest learning curve with the job.
Yeah.
Was all the op stuff.
Because it used to be back years ago in music radio, you had an op.
All right.
Somebody played the music for you.
I was hoping for that.
At least in top 40. Well, but
Not the
that was
case.
back when you had to queue up records or take
Right.
carts and put them in. But
It's true.
now everything you press a button, it's all computerized. It's all there. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
all
if you
falls
press the
into-
wrong button, it's just a disaster.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be.
It is. And,
Tell her.
I've never done that, of course.
Tell her about carts.
I know. What is this cart,
You know what that
cart
is?
you speak of?
Have you ever seen? Do you have any carts in there? No, probably not. Have you ever seen an 8-track?
Yes.
An 8-track cartridge?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
From years ago. That's what everything used to be on here.
Right.
Everything was recorded on those things.
Seems like it was much cooler then.
Well, no, because what happened is they would jam up and then
You wouldn't see him push them in.
Yeah, I don't know.
they would get
Seems to be
stuck
cool
and then
about
they
that.
and then you're trying to pull it out and the tape's all wound inside the machine and then you get the guy on the other side of the glass or when you did your own.
Right.
You can get him you get so ticked off all you see is carts flying through the air, smashing against walls.
I like this. It sort of seems like Wild West radio. I think I would like to be part of that.
And then you used to do, as opposed to recording everything digitally, you used to be recorded on tape. So when you wanted to edit something, you had to do, you take a little razor blade and you make a fine cut and a little special tape and cut it over, and then you listen to it and you say, no, that's not quite there. And then you have to recut it, and sometimes you got to add the tape back on. And
well, it's interesting. It sounds a lot, kind of like the way music has changed from recording on tape to recording digitally as well,
exactly.
right? Same kind of thing. And actually, what was cool about working with Joel Plaskett is he loves recording on tape. So we did a lot of tape this last time around. Which
it's
which
better
is cool.
quality tape
Just
than
different.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Plus, I was listening to the sound of the studio when I was listening to that because all studios have a sound to them. And this one does sound like a southern sort of studio because it has a drier sort of room sound to it. I mean, there's a difference.
I can't hear that.
Subtleties.
You can't hear that?
No, well, how would I know? How many studios have I recorded in?
But you were a DJ, you playing music. Were you listening to the songs?
Yes, but you can't necessarily tell what kind of studio it was recorded in.
Well, there's a movie out right now, a documentary called Sound City,
Yeah, that's it.
which talks about the studio sound of Sound City in Los Angeles and Sunset. And all the albums, great albums were made there, but they said it was the nastiest place you ever walked into your life. But it's a documentary. It's supposed to be just fantastic. Nirvana.
But they're all
Dave Grohl's behind it.
They all have the same, essentially the same design to them, do they not? Like
It's not. No, it wasn't designed. It was the board that was the big story in this. It was designed, a specially designed board, mixing board and everything.
So it's not the
had a
studio
sound.
then. In fact, it's the mixing board.
It's a combination of the room and everything. Yeah.
Meredith, you think he's making this up? As
Not
a
at
No,
all.
she's with me on this, baby.
No, I'll just roll my chair slightly over the side. Yeah, it's definitely.
I've lost it.
absolutely.
Well, it's like the Motown movie, they had a definite sound. Every day, every song had that sound because of that room and console and everything.
Was it the room or was it the arrangements?
It's both. Well, no, the arrangements are one thing, but it's a sound of the room. Like I said, when I listened to
coming through
hers,
that
it
board,
has
yeah.
a specific sound to it because of the room.
Right. Which is why, too, a lot of people now, they're making records wherever they're making records, but then they're having them mixed at these big, fancy studios with huge consoles because you can kind of add a little
try to
zhuzh
find
right at
that
the end. Yeah.
that kind of classic sound.
Yeah. So when you make your record, just remember that.
Right.
Oh, I have a record, but it's almost been cleared now. One of those, call now. You have 30 days and before you can travel to the United States. Meredith Shaw is with us. We're going to come back. She's appearing on Thursday at the Cameron House. Friday at Say What. We'll come back and we'll play you some more of her music recorded in one of them their studios. 11:45 now at NEWSTALK 1010. Time saver traffic right now.
It's Saturday with Ted on In-Depth Radio. NEWSTALK 1010.
People come, people go. some go slow, some stay long, some burn bright, some you wanna kiss goodnight. People are and people be, but I lucked out with family and my friends that I keep are the ones that make my feet stay on the ground when I get high. On life or love or sunny sky. And I will go down to the water to find more of life than I see. And I will seek more than I'm given, 'cause I am a girl who believes. I'm a girl who believes. Curly hair, blonde and tall, that's the type I choose to fall for. Every time I pick a heart to go with mine and make a start.
Welcome back. It's 11:51. That is Meredith Shaw at NEWSTALK 1010, and she shares the studio with Bill and me at this point. This is from CD number 1. You sound like somebody here, and I'm trying to think of who it is.
Oh, yeah?
And when I say that, I mean that in a complimentary way, not out kind of like, what are you trying to sound like that person?
Good.
No, and it doesn't matter. But it's very nice. You got a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I wish I had one of them there voices.
You do. You sing like Cat Stevens, man.
Yeah, I like Cat Stevens.
I know you would. You would sound like him if you picked up a tune.
But enough about us, Bill. When is the new CD going to be released?
We are releasing in May at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then we're going to be going out on the road with an artist named Patrick Dory. We're going to be playing dates throughout Ontario and Quebec, and then we'll probably hit up the East Coast in the summertime, since a lot of the songs were co-written and then ultimately recorded by.
How do you manage to
East
do this
Coast
if you
boys.
get this radio gig? How do you manage to take all this time off and travel?
Boom is fantastic. They're really supportive of what I do, and in turn, I do everything I can to be as available as I can. But it's really worked out to be a pretty awesome job for.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a musician out there, go get a radio
Are you
job.
sweet talking Wayne Webster or something?
I can't not sweet talk Wayne Webster.
Okay.
He's like the sweetest human ever.
Wait, yes, he is.
Oh my gosh, he's the best. Yeah.
I worked
Love
with him
Wayne.
years ago.
And everyone loves Wayne. That's the
Q107.
thing. Yeah. He's the man. He's the soft spoken man.
And he was a good baseball player, too.
Yes.
He loves it. His son plays
His son,
baseball.
yeah, his son's really
Zach?
good too.
I think he's in Dunedin right now. actually.
Probably.
Probably.
So he won't hear all this.
He's obsessed though. He's really obsessed
With
with
baseball?
Oh, good.
Like if they go on strike again,
Yeah.
he may just jump off the edge of a cliff.
Kidding.
I'm singing at the baseball game, actually, the anthems on April 30th.
Are you?
Speaking of baseball, yeah.
Now, do you sing that live or do you have to pre-record it?
It's a bit of both. I mean, it's like a bit of the Beyonce gate.
But that, you know what?
You
I
have
don't
to.
have a
I
problem
mean,
with that because I know what it's
Yeah.
like in that stadium. You say something and then you hear yourself back a second later.
That's it. I mean, personally, I just like to give it a shot, but they have rules and regulations about stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
And
Because it's disconcerting for people who've never done that. You start singing, oh, okay,
Yeah.
and you stop because now it's coming back at you.
yeah.
Well, it's the
true.
Roseanne Barr rule.
Oh,
Right, I do. Yeah, yeah. It was a certain way, and then people like Roseanne Barr changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it should be fun.
And how did you get that? Is that through your label?
Yeah. I guess they just sort of knew about me, and so I said yes, and we're doing it April 30th. Red Sox.
Did you see that video of the guy who was singing the anthems in Dunedin at a Jays game? In
Was this
spring
recently?
training? Yes.
Yes. The opera.
Yes.
Yes.
He was an actual bona fide tenor.
Yes.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything from anything
Yeah.
in regards to both. He blew both anthems.
The lyrics.
It
Like
was
he
awful.
blew them up.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
just in the
No,
worst way
lyrics
possible.
and everything. The melody, everything.
I love that.
Oh,
Oh my God,
was
it makes my
just-
skin crawl because I just think, I'm going to be down on that field and something like
I
that,
would be scared to
is going to
death.
happen. It is scary.
I would just be
It is
sweating.
scary. But there's also something, it was one of those moments of, you feel really patriotic in those
Have you
moments.
done it yet?
I have done it before. They asked me to do it last season as well. So yeah, I've done it
Well, they
before.
roll out
But
these singers. I see these singers at the Raptors game.
Mhm.
They come out and they do a great job. I've never heard of any of them.
Yes.
I know who they are, but they
Yeah.
come out and do a great job. I
Right.
mean, obviously.
Yeah.
There must be like a whole group of these.
Right.
But anyway, this song is in Degrassi High, one of the episodes?
Yeah,
or?
Girls Who Believe that just played. Yeah, it was on Degrassi, and then we did a music video for it, shot by Ryan Nolan, and that ended up on Much Music, which was lovely. And I go into schools. This song really is about going for it and following your dreams in hopefully a non-cheesy way. And I go into schools and talk to kids about songwriting and about, doing what they want to be doing in life. And then we also do something called Girls Who Believe Fest in the fall. And we raise money for a charity called Girls Inc. So Girls Who Believe is a really special song for me. So it's nice that Much Music and Degrassi has responded the way they did.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, do you get a lot of response from people who've seen that?
Yeah. We wanted to get fans involved in terms of the video shoot. So we had a contest online. Why are you a girl who believes? And we had, just the most adorable video entries. My manager and I would just sit there watching them and be like, ugh. So we were only supposed to bring one of them in, but we couldn't choose. So we had 3 little girls in the video as well. And then one of them opened at the festival, and she's this amazing little girl who wrote a song. She's 9 years old. I just love that. I find it.
How do you write
amazing.
A song when you're 9?
I don't know. It's so cool. And her lyrics, I'm like, where is this coming from? But I'm so encouraging of that. I started when I was young as well and had a lot of encouragement from my family and my friends. So I know that there's certainly, once you get into the business, you need some of that encouragement to fall back on, because it's not always yeses, that's for sure. So if I can be part of that encouragement for other people, I'm so down with that.
Yeah, it's a difficult it's a difficult path you've chosen.
Yes, true. Are you my father?
No.
He's right, though.
Dad?
I think the only thing worse is being an actor. Because that's like 99% rejection.
Well, in Canada especially.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing, too, which is really cool about music, is at least you're in control of the creation of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, with acting, it's a little bit tricky because you're always in other people's projects being other people. But at least with music, you can, if I wanted to write a song today, I could.
Be you.
You couldn't shoot a movie today, so it's a tough business, but I'm liking it, and it's starting to like me, so even better.
Now, if you had to choose between singing and radio, you would probably stick with singing, right?
Oh, gosh. That's quite the question to answer.
Well, because
on
I used to do stand-up comedy, and I had to choose between which one I was going to do.
Yeah, no, I hear you on the choice. It's certainly been presented to me that way a couple times before. I don't know. I'm still under the hopeful guise that I won't have to choose, and they'll just kind of grow at their same pace, and maybe one will take focus over the other for a little while. But I see them being really mutually, I think I'm jumped into radio the way I did and felt comfortable there because of the stuff I do in music. Like, really, I'm talking in between songs on stage, just like I'm talking in between songs on Boom. It's the same little turn of phrase story, gets it on to the next song, something a little personal, something a little about you.
But how did you end up on Boom?
I gutsily made a demo of what I thought radio people sounded like on my iPhone, and I sent it to stations. And Troy McCallum at Boom 97.3 was crazy enough to call me in because he had a hunch, and the hunch turned out, I guess, and they gave me a job. So it was, I'm learning the strangeness of that story as I get more in the industry. And now when people are like, oh, how did you get into radio? And I tell the story, they're like, oh, that's so not helpful. I'm like,
really?
What did your demo sound like? I'm like, it sounded like me doing a weather report on an iPhone and talking about the MMVAs. Like, it wasn't.
Well, typically you wouldn't start in Toronto. You would start in a small market somewhere and then
that's what
make
I've heard.
your way into Toronto.
Yeah.
But because even because nowadays with radio, they'll pay people nothing, so it doesn't matter if you have experience. Don't take that. I'm kidding. But it's typically that's what you would do. But there's no such thing as typing anymore.
No,
there's
and they did.
This is the way it goes.
And they threw me on overnight. I was overnights for a while till I learned my stuff and earned my stripes. So I know it was I circumvented some things, but I think those 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. shows worked out a lot of stuff.
That's a weird shift, isn't it?
It was strange. Yeah, I'd often
did you take calls?
Play it. Oh yes, did I air the calls? I don't. Not so much, but yeah. I mean, that was when I was on the road with Big Sugar a lot too. So I'd play a Big Sugar show and then like drive back to Toronto and do a 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. radio show and then drive back to wherever they were on the road. So it was a hectic time, but yeah, I got my kinks out. Now hopefully 12 to 6 Saturday Sunday I sound as smooth as you guys.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Ted.
Well, she's got 2 days a week.
That's impressive.
I've been in the business 39 years. I got one.
Welcome to come in on Sunday. We'll co-host.
Meredith Shaw, I'm about to air on Boom moments from now.
Mm-hmm, true.
And you can see her on Thursday night at the Cameron House, Friday at Say What.
Yes, and I'm 9 p.m. at Cameron House and midnight at Say What, because Canadian Music Week is crazy with time slots, so it's really on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of music, boy, this is the place to be in the next week or so. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
All the best.
Thank you.
Come
Thank
on
you for
back.
having me.
Come on back anytime you want.
Thank you. Yeah, with the new Joel songs, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Cool.